At the moment, sustainability is the big buzzword. However, luxury and beauty and sustainability seem to be a real challenge. What are the main constraints that you see at the moment in this field?
Actually, the first thing I think for companies is to go into a true engagement. They have to engage themselves in this field of trying to improve the way they work and try to have a clear image of the objective. Where do they want to go? Then they have to engage their own, all the company. It's not only marketing, it's not only purchase or procurement or the technical people. It's a whole company. So I think bringing a whole team to this belief that it's important that tomorrow we work in a different way. So I would say this is the first challenge. Second challenge of the beauty industry for me is how can we be sustainable and desirable, which was the subject of the conference, of course. And for me, it's by collective intelligence. You know what I said just before about engaging a whole team is it's not only engaging and having people convinced, it's making people working together, because actually sustainability shouldn't be a constraint. It should be tomorrow an accelerator of how can I transforming the brand, transforming design attitude. And if we work together, if I am at the same table with marketing people, communication people, technical people, procurement, everyone together with this objective, then we are able to find a way. And maybe it's not making the products poor, or like in Italy we the arte povera. It's not arte povera. We're not trying to make things poor. We're trying to make things better and things in a different way. So the collective intelligence for me is the biggest challenge. So know where you want to go, know about it. I mean, education, know with the good expert what is that you can change and where you have to go. And collective intelligence. Now, what's promising, I think, tomorrow is we have several ways to go. I think we have to consider design in luxury in a different way. For example, refillable, circular way of looking at packaging. So if I'm going to a shop, maybe I come back with my packaging and then it's going to be refilled. And refillable products, it's not maybe the way we do it today, but it's in another way. So we can remain with products that you love to have in your bag. Like, for example, if you're from a luxury brand, I'm Chanel, I'm Hermes, I'm Dior. I still want to have great products, but maybe this is long-lasting products, and then the bulk itself is refillable. I mean, it's very simple, but these kind of ideas that we have been trying to push these last maybe 15 years, now what's promising is more and more people are looking at it. I think also the digital brands are maybe more because they are looking at a young generation, and that's also a promising element. Is this generation they want an engagement from the companies, and they are ready to maybe make things a bit different, because it's so important to us that they're ready themselves to change their attitudes. So brands now, because these Z generation, this young generation, are it's not anymore a discussion. It's as we said, no compromise. This generation will be with no compromise. They want brands to move in the right direction.
So talking about no compromise, what was that initiative?
We are very much convinced that at one point you have to stop talking and trying to convince people, but you can act yourself to show what's possible. It's like, I don't know if you've seen this movie Tomorrow. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic movie because it's showing initiatives of people, of small companies, or big companies, proving that it works. So what we wanted to do with the Cosmopack is showing through a real project that with collective intelligence, with talented people, and with this attitude of we want things to change, you can do a fantastic project. So we decided to develop a shampoo in a different way. Why a shampoo? Because in most shampoos in the planet, you have silicone, which not only stays on your scalp but goes into the sea, because nobody can destroy silicone. So we wanted to say, okay, this product that is full of chemicals, and especially silicone, we can make it differently. So we asked several great companies with talented people. So we asked an ingredient company called Cosmopack to create a bulb that is 100% natural. It's not only a shampoo, but it's also scalp oil. So it's a great product, fully natural. Then we asked Elie to come up with a plastic 100% recycled from PET bottles. So it's quite great, because a lot of projects you see now on the market are 25% recycled, 35%, but this is 100%. And then we created this pack with this very strong name, NoCo, for no compromise. And so we are giving away these bottles, and people can bring recycled bottles on the booth, and they are taking these shampoo bottles, sometimes several of them, just to they are convinced, and then they are going to convince other people with it. I'm very proud that we were able to do this with Cosmopack and these partners, because again, it's proving that with a goal, with no compromise, with collective intelligence and talented people, you can do great things.
As you are designers, I was wondering if that design also has an approach in sustainability. Is sustainable design different?
The way we designed this bottle was just to say we want it to be very essential and very cubical, so that when you stock them into a carton, it doesn't take too much space. But I think, for me, sustainable design is not only designing a product, it's looking at the whole approach. So in this case, what we did is not only designing a product, is we designing an approach, choosing the partners, convincing them, managing a project in a different way, with respect of people, listening to them, listening to their ideas. So a sustainable design approach is not only just on the product design or the graphic design, it's the whole approach.
And if you look at the materials, are there constraints at the moment for the materials?
Yes, more and more we're looking at whether recycled material, recyclable materials. Now also some material, but it's very immature yet on the market. It's material that can be destroyed naturally. Material that don't come from the petrol industry. But we look at these ideas and initiatives very carefully, but it's still immature, especially for a big project or big corporation. But we need to keep up with the optimism that it's changing, and it's our role to make it change as well.